When I first spoke of marriage, my heart was full of bright ideas. I saw a grand hall, shining lights, a long red carpet, hundreds of guests, music, flowers, a dress that would fill a ballroom. I imagined the joy, the applause, the moment. But when I told her my dream, she only smiled, soft and calm, and said quietly, I want it to be simple. At first, I did not understand. I thought maybe she wanted to save money, or maybe she did not like the stress of planning. But her eyes held something deeper, something that words could not hide. So I asked her why, and she said, I have seen so many weddings that looked perfect from the outside, but inside, the couple forgot why they were even getting married. She told me stories of brides and grooms smiling for cameras, of laughter that sounded practiced, of tired faces behind shining lights. She said they spent months planning perfection, but forgot to live the moment. Then she looked at me, her voice steady and warm. I don't want our wedding to be so. I don't want it to impress strangers or follow rules just because people expect them. I want to look into your eyes and remember this is about us, not the flowers, not the lights, not a cake 5 tiers high. It's about starting a life together, not performing for the world. Her words quieted something in me. She painted a picture, a small garden, a few chairs, people we truly love, and laughter that feels like home. She said, I want to walk toward you and see faces that belong in our story. I want to know that everyone there will still be there in our years ahead. Then she said something I'll never forget. A marriage is about building a home together, not building a stage for everyone else. And in that moment, I realized my queen was not asking for less. She was asking for more of what truly matters. That night, we sat on the balcony together, the city lights allowed beneath us, and she held her cup of tea in silence. After a while, she said softly, when I was younger, I went to a grand wedding. Everything looked perfect, the flowers, the music, the food, but all night I watched the bride and groom being pulled in every direction. They barely spoke to each other. By the end, she looked exhausted, he looked frustrated. It was supposed to be their happiest day, but they did not get to live it together. That's not how I want to feel when I marry you. Then she smiled, remembering another wedding, a small backyard, just a few people, no grounds that cost a fortune, no cameras flashing, just love. Real smiles, real hugs. Two people who never left each other's side. That day, she said, felt alive. She took my hand and whispered, if I'm going to be your wife, I want to remember how you looked at me, not how the hall was decorated. Her words stayed with me. Something inside me shifted. It was no longer about giving her the dream I thought she wanted. It was about creating a day that truly belonged to us. The next morning, we sat at the kitchen table, just two cups of coffee, a notebook, and a pen. She asked me one simple question. When you close your eyes and imagine our wedding day, what's the first thing you see? I thought for a moment. It was not lights or calendars, it was her walking toward me, smiling like the world had disappeared. When I told her that, she smiled, as if she already knew my answer. Then she wrote two words at the top of the page. Close simple. From there, we began to plan. Not a show, a celebration. Maybe a garden filled with flowers or a quiet beach at sunset. Instead of 500 guests, just the people who had walked beside us. Instead of a stage, a long table where everyone could sit, share food, and laugh like family. She said, let's make a playlist, songs that mean something to us, songs we sang in the car, danced to in the living room, cried to when we missed each other. And about the cake, she laughed. Why not bake our favorite one ourselves? That way, every bite tastes like us, not like a bakery trying to impress strangers. I laughed too, but deep down, I knew she was right. It was not just a wedding plan anymore. It was a glimpse of how we had lived our lives simple, honest, and full of meaning. When people heard, not everyone understood. Some smiled and said, that's sweet, just like you too. Others frowned and said, why make it so small? It's a once in a lifetime event. Go big. A friend even whispered, are you sure she's not just saving money? That made me laugh quietly. It was not about money at all. She could have had the grandest wedding if she wanted. But to her, spending thousands on flowers that die in a day felt like building a castle of paper, beautiful but gone by morning. When one aunt sent, you should make it impressive so people will remember it. My queen finally spoke up. She said calmly, I don't want them to remember the decorations. I want them to remember the love. That ended the talk for a while, and as we walked home, she slipped her hand into mine and said, people can think what they want. At the end of the day, it's our day. Her courage amazed me. It was not just about simplicity, it was about strength. The strength to choose what feels right. Even when the world disagrees, when my parents asked about the plans, they were surprised. No grand banquet, no big crowd, no fireworks. My father asked. My queen just smiled. No, just good food, some music, and the people we care about. At first, they looked uncertain. They had grown up believing that weddings were to show success, not love. But then she spoke softly. If we focus on showing off, we will spend the whole day worrying how it looks. If we focus on love, we will remember how it feels. Something in my parents changed then. My mother reached for her hand. You know, when your father and I married, we did not have much either, just close family, some laughter, and it was enough. My father nodded slowly. Big weddings look impressive, but they are over in a night. Love should last longer than that. From that day, they stopped asking for more. They began to help instead, hanging lights, setting chairs, laughing as they worked. And I realized my queen had taught all of us something, that love doesn't need a grand stage to shine, it just needs two people and hearts brave enough to keep it simple.